What's going on, guys? Aarava here. Welcome to a brand new video today, and welcome to a little overview and review of my brand new racing, gaming, and desk chair, which is a GT Omega Master XL. And if you're an older viewer, you may have noticed that I've been sponsored with GT Omega for quite some time now. I've been sponsored with them since August 2014. So if you do end up liking this chair and want to pick one up for yourself, or anything actually from the GT Omega store, they do a variety of 3 or 4 different desk chairs, and also full cockpit kind of simulator sort of chair. You can pick all those up and get a discount at the store by using the code aarava5 at checkout. You can go to gtomegaracing.com for the UK and EU store. So if you're in the UK or anywhere in Europe, you can get shipped from that website. And if you're in the US, you can go to usa.gtomegaracing.com. Links in the description, so you can just go click those to go to the store, and then you can use the code aarava5 for a little discount on the checkout. So the Master XL, straight away you'll notice that, at least to me personally, it looks very, very cool, very, very sweet. It's a very good looking chair in a variety of colours. I've got it in red and black, but you can also get it in various stuff like green and black, orange and black, blue and black, white and black, and then just black on black. A lot of different colours on black. Yeah, it's a very cool looking chair. It's got like a bucket seat racing sort of shape, but then you can also clearly see it's blended with the comfort and kind of cushioning of a kind of how do you say it, like a conventional executive desk chair. So it's got that sort of racing shape, but the comfort levels when you sit down is like if you sat down on any kind of big leather bound chair, or kind of even sofa really. It's perfect for what I personally need. You know, I sit down a lot to record F1 races, or just record anything really. I also stream as well, so I'm sitting down playing FIFA on this, or Call of Duty. I'm also sitting down just to edit gameplay or anything like that. I also sit down to do my university work on this chair, and also just put my feet up on my bed that's next to me and then relax and watch a film on it. It's literally an all-rounder chair for that, and it really kind of ticks all the boxes. So getting on to the actual features of the chair, the back is adjustable with a lever on the side that allows the back to kind of tilt back all the way to an almost flat position. So if you really wanted to, you could take a nap in this chair. I mean, I don't know, it's not for me to judge, but you could take a nap in this chair, and that's certainly something my dad actually said about it when he tried it out, because I put it together with some help from him, and then after we put it together, he kind of sat down and wanted to try it out, and he kind of straight away remarked that I could take a nap in this. So it's got the dad seal of approval, if that means anything. But yeah, getting on to actually assembling it quickly, yeah, I did have my dad to help me a little bit. Technically, you could make this easily by yourself, but I found it actually even faster to get a second person just to hold the bits in place, because basically every single screw in this chair is like an Allen key screw. So you just simply, like, you know, yeah, unbolt it. Everything's kind of bolted already into place, so you know where all the bolts are going to go. You unbolt it, then put the parts together, bolt it back up. But I found if you just have one other person just holding it, you can just even quicker, rapidly bolt it all together. So it is a very easy one-man job, but an even easier one if you just have a second person there just to hold the parts together. And then even stuff like the wheels, the caster wheels, you just click into place into the metal base, which is rather solid as well. Real good quality finish on the actual legs themselves. And then you take the kind of completely fixed together chair, and then literally just you put it onto the gas cylinder, kind of just pop it on, just let it slip onto the gas cylinder, and then you're good to go. You can sit down, you can start to adjust everything, and you're good. If we move back to the features of this chair, the armrests are fully adjustable in 3 different ways. The first way is you can change the actual orientation, the way they face. You can have them inwards, centered, or outwards, depending on how you want your arms to rest while you sit in the chair. You can also adjust the height, which is very, very useful, and I think lots of people take that for granted, that actual feature, because I used to have like a proper like executive kind of desk chair, and the armrests were kind of fixed into place in terms of their height, and that was always quite annoying when you're doing, you know, racing, especially if you've got an F1 wheel or just any sort of wheel. It's very, very annoying if your armrests sort of constrain when your arms are going, so I find it very useful to kind of just move them all the way down, and then obviously I move them back up for when I need to edit stuff, because the armrests actually go to the perfect height for my personal desk. And the third way you can adjust it is also you can move the plate, the kind of face plates, back and forth on the top. So if you want them a bit more forward, you know, if you're moving your arms a lot more kind of forwards, you can move them forward, or if you're kind of slouching back, you can move them backwards and have your elbows rest on them. Also, just sticking around to the bottom half of the chair, underneath the chair there is a little screw tightener, which you can basically tighten or loosen the spring tension on the actual chair, so that will change how easily you can rock the chair back and forth. I personally found it good to have it about halfway, but it may be kind of different to your personal kind of taste. So moving on to the tilting features, so like most other executive desk chairs, or just any desk chair really, you can tilt the chair back obviously by just leaning back, but the unique thing about this chair is that you can lock it into place. So you can lock the tilt. So if I tilt back about halfway, I can then click a lever, or I say switch a lever into place, and that will lock the tilt into place so it stays put. And this may not seem like a huge thing for if you're just working at the desk, but I think personally it is a massive thing if you want this desk for racing of any kind, because it means you can fully adjust how you want to actually sit and the kind of actual tilting you want to sit in while you race. Because, you know, obviously F1 drivers, when they actually sit in the cars, they're quite leaned back, you know, their feet are pretty much the same height as their, you know, chest pretty much, and you can sort of almost get that feel. So if you do have like a actual wheel stand setup that has the pedals a bit higher up, you can fully tilt this chair back and get that same sort of feeling that you would maybe from a full-blown cockpit. I like to, obviously you guys know I have a wheel stand pro, and what I like to do is I like to tilt the chair back just a little bit so that my kind of back and kind of my main body are kind of tilted, arched back and pushed back. It means I can feel a lot more natural, a lot more relaxed actually while I race, and it means also my feet are a bit raised up to the pedal so I can fully hit them as hard as I want, but at the same time it's not going to move about because it's locked into place. I will literally not move from that tilted position. So I think a fantastic feature that probably a lot of people would overlook if you're just using this as a gaming chair or just an all desk chair, but for races it's really, really useful. The material on the chair is a very high quality synthetic leather, and it is very, very breathable, which means basically if you're selling it for a long time, which I generally am, and if you're gaming you might be, you know, if you're on a long session of like F1 or a long session of FIFA or Call of Duty or whatever you play, you know, generally sometimes if you're, you know, if you're sat in a conventional leather chair, you'll get a little bit sweaty, but this is a really breathable synthetic leather, which means when you stand up after finishing that kind of race or finishing that session of like pro clubs or whatever, you're not going to feel sweaty, you're going to be pretty damn nice and cool, and it's just a very kind of good actual material to sit on. The actual feel of it, you know, leather chairs can sometimes be a little bit sticky sometimes, especially when they get cold and your room gets cold, and then you kind of sit down on it, it's a little bit kind of sticky almost, or in the summer as well especially, which is really, really bad. But this thing, because it's synthetic leather but it's like a nice quality one, it still feels nice, but it's not going to stick the same way an actual pure leather would. So that's been a bit of an overview and the main features of the chair, and as a whole in terms of my kind of opinion and review of the chair, personally, it's probably the best desk chair I've actually owned. And I'm really not saying that because I'm sponsored by them. I wouldn't be saying it if it wasn't true. It really is probably the best desk chair I've had. I've had the Pro Racing chair from GT Omega, which I got from them in 2014. And I've had also executive leather chairs, like the big, huge, like really leather-bound chairs, which are meant to be like the most comfortable things in the world. And honestly, in terms of for what I need it for, I need it for various things. Like, you know, I sit down in it and edit videos. I sit down and do university work. I sit down and record videos, or just kick up my feet and relax. For everything like that, it is the best chair I've had to date. You know, it just ticks all the boxes for me, and plus it looks pretty damn sweet as well, which is always a perk if your desk chair looks pretty damn sweet and fits in with your setup. So guys, that has been my overview and review of the GT Omega Master XL. I highly recommend it for you if you're looking for a new desk chair for your setup, and specifically if you're looking for like a racing desk chair setup. As I said, you know, the little features that might get overlooked by others are perfect for actual races, and in terms of how you can adjust it for your racing wheel or just generally gaming sessions. Again, a little reminder, you can use the code aarava5 at checkout for a discount when you check it out at the UK/EU store and the USA one. Both links are in the description, so you can just click those straight away and go to it, and you can use the discount on anything. It doesn't have to necessarily be the Master XL. They've got 4 other racing chairs, I believe, and also a full-blown kind of actual chair kind of cockpit simulator with kind of metal bars for your TV and stuff. So you can use the code on any of those products, aarava5 at checkout. So guys, hopefully you found that video informative and interesting, and if you did, be sure to hit that like button. Really would help me out on this video, especially just to support me. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below about the chair specifically, and I'll try and answer them. If you have any kind of specific questions about the experience of the chair and some scenarios, then you can ask that in the comments below, and then I'll try and get back to you. If you're new around here, then do subscribe for weekly Formula 1 content and other racing stuff. So yeah, anyway guys, finally again, I hope you enjoyed that video. I hope you enjoyed it today. I've been Aarava, and I will see you guys next time. Sure, he's not going to be too quick and rapid through Magnus and Beckett, so let's see once more closing. Just every corner we're closing, we've just got so much better grip, much fresher tyres here than Daniel Ricciardo Can we try and make a move, I wonder, into Beckett's at some point? It's going to be close. It's going to be like the one with Massa. Going to have to probably hang back behind him and then take him on the main straight as we get a better, tighter racing line. He's on prime tyres, worn prime tyres at this point. DRS